Ooh-wee. What is happening? Magnusites. So, a ton of you have been writing me and you want to know my opinion on the results of the presidential election. And I'm just going to say before I start talking that, I'm not a person that has ever been involved in politics. I have never voted, although I've kept my thumb on the pulse of things and looked at things and watched, listened. I'm just not that guy. And at first I thought that it wasn't worth it turning on the camera and talking about this because I wasn't involved in it. I didn't vote. I have always been neutral on these things. But so many of you wrote me, you still want to know what I think. So being part of the section of people in this country that that don't really participate in politics, that probably would not have voted for either candidate, I'll speak on it, okay? I'm gonna probably, you know me, I'll probably jump from subject to subject while I'm talking about this. First thing that I noticed was that there were people, besides being devastated, because first thing, like I did, that most people do when they wake up, grab their phone, start checking their notifications, and they go to their Facebook feed. That's what I did. I didn't stay up to see the results. And besides all the devastation, it was just people that were just so afraid of what has happened. And I didn't see that type of fear when Bush was elected that second time, I believe, which was with the controversy of the votes. And I didn't see nothing like that when Obama was elected. But I saw people that were saying that the people who voted for Harambe, which were like 11,000 people, there were people that voted for Ric Flair, woo, and other, people that obviously weren't running, that, okay, this is your fault. But I don't think it's exactly fair to blame them because they wouldn't have voted for either candidate anyway. It was their form of protest, of showing that they felt this was bullshit. They're not of the mind of thinking that just because you're Democrat or just because you're Republican, you have to vote for that party, and or that person representing that party. I never thought that was exactly smart. I always felt that was more of a sheepish move. I always felt that if I was really involved in politics, that I would vote for someone that I wholeheartedly believed in, not partially. Like a lot of that I feel very strong about abortion. Like I don't believe in it, and if there was a candidate that was running for the party that I was part of, and they believed in that, I wouldn't vote for them. So you kind of get the idea that I'm saying here. Like I've got a friend, and you've seen her on my videos, but I won't mention her because this is political. But she told me that her whole family was hardcore Republican, which I figured. I can just tell talking to her. And, she said, though, that she couldn't stand the fact that her dad was going to vote for this man. And she's like, Dad, like, I know that that's what we are. But come the fuck on, Dad. Like, and it was like, really causing some issues, Um, there are people that are looking into fleeing the country. People are afraid of war. People are afraid of racism. Very open, blatant racism. Um, Jim Crow 2.0. The LG was it? I forgot how to say it. The LGBT community is very concerned, and it's wild, man. There are Trump protests going on. There's one going on in Philly, literally 5 minutes from me, over in Philly right now. I saw live feeds of other anti-Trump rallies going on. Like, I've never seen anything like this. And to tell you the truth, as an American, as a person, as a black person, period, just flat out American, it is concerning. There are a lot of people saying, he ain't gonna win. He's just like a dog and pony show to kind of get you to vote for Hillary. He's something to shake things up. You know, Slide a hand type of thing. Um, just adding a little pizzazz or whatever, some crazy shit to this. But it happened. And there's a few people that I watch on YouTube that, talk about politics, and they were like, nah, it ain't gonna happen. Like, get the fuck out of here. Like, for real, it's not gonna happen. It's Donald Trump. He's a personality. No, and it did. And while I wasn't sure who was gonna win, because then again, I told you, I don't watch the debates. I don't watch. If I catch it, I catch it. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's. But when I saw it, I was like, holy fucking shit. I was like, wow. See, because when I went to sleep, there was Hillary was in the lead. I mean, I saw that in my live feed as I was going through Facebook. I wasn't watching TV. I very rarely watch TV. And so now my TV wasn't on. I was just going through, and I was just like, oh, look, she's in the lead. And then when I woke up and I started going through my feed, I saw stuff like, can you believe this motherfucker is in the lead? And I was like, uh-oh. Oh, no. And then I started seeing just all the sorrow and the fighting and the separation that this election has caused has been incredible. Look, there were things that I saw about both candidates that really bothered me. And to tell you the truth, I was looking at some of my friends like, you're voting for this motherfucker? You're voting for her? You're voting for him? Like, like I said, I find it very hard. Like I said, if I was involved in politics, there's no way I could vote for somebody that I didn't wholeheartedly back. You know what I'm saying? Because I know that if I help get them elected, that it's my doing. And if something goes wrong in a particular area that I didn't agree with them with, I helped create that. I think the people that don't vote, if they didn't support either candidate, I do believe it's their right to still complain about things. Because if the majority are voting for two, how are your votes going to count to sway that? You know what I'm saying? It's not going to happen. So you can still, I think you can still bitch and moan about, like, look, I ain't vote for them. and I'm pissed at what they're doing. You know, whatever candidate is doing. Some people say that if you don't vote, that you don't have a right to piss and moan about something. I think they do, just as much, maybe more, as the people who did vote for them, for these people. You know, um, you have that right in this country, and if there's the only two options that people were really voting for, how's that going to be swayed? It's not. You know, um, I'm sure there's people that would argue that, but hey, listen. Let me tell you something about my channel. Um, there are, it, it, it's not about politics or controversy or anything like that. So I'm not going to be arguing in the comments section. I'm sure there's going to be a few of y'all arguing. Go ahead to your heart's content and argue in the comments section. But my channel is a channel that wasn't ever created to leech off of or talk about or use controversy to grow. I don't talk about controversy much. I don't use controversy or you know anything negative to try to grow my channel. There's plenty of channels out there doing that, and hey, that's them, but that's not me. And the only reason why I turned on the camera, because I know there's a few of y'all like to hear how I think and what I have to say about things. But and this is truly controversial. Okay, I really don't know what to say beyond more than what I've already said. I just think that we're gonna see what happens. I got a friend that she said something about there was a psychic or is a psychic that predicted like 10 or 12 things that would happen this year, and they've all happened. But one of them was that we would have a female president. And so she's like, well, what the fuck's gonna happen then? She's been right about all of this. Is he gonna step down or what? Like, what's gonna happen? I don't know. Maybe she just got that one wrong. Maybe it's, I don't know. But it's just a little tidbit that I wanted to add in there for you guys listening. I thought it was interesting. I walked into the grocery store today, and when I walked in, I had eye contact with two elderly white ladies walking out, and it said something to me. There was an uneasiness in their eyes, and I'm not sure exactly what it said. My first hunch was that it was like, how does this black man feel about what has transpired? It was like a look of concern in my eyes. It was interesting. And I noticed that I didn't make much eye contact with a lot of people in the grocery store, like you might normally as you're walking about, just, looking at things. I noticed a lot of people just weren't making eye contact with each other. And I think that shows the amount of uncomfortability, hostileness, rage, anger, disappointment, or whatever you want to call it, that this election has caused. It was a very weird vibe when I walked in a grocery store. Everybody together like that. It was an uneasy vibe. I could tell this has divided people, messed with people's minds, and my cousin, James B. Knight, he had posted something about how he was leaving this normal, I think he said coffee shop or something that he goes to every morning, but he said like him and the Hispanic dude behind the counter gave each other a lingering stare before he left, and he said it like said it all, kind of like, Like, kind of, I hope we get through this, brother. Like that type of thing, you know. And I mean, I'm 39. I've been around for a few elections, y'all, and I've never seen anything like this. As you know, I always stay optimistic. One of the reasons why I'm talking like this is because I'm tired, actually. I'm a little groggy, put it that way. I just got up from a nap. And, you know, but at the same time, I'm just thinking as I'm going, you know. But hopefully things won't be as bad as what people are fearful of. Hopefully people will unite and be united. And there will be no wars. And there will be no, you know, crazy racism going on, you know. But yeah, that's it. Post your comments down below. Let me know what you all thought. If you enjoyed my video and my long, calm talk, hit the like button, subscribe, and share. If you did not, you can kiss his black derriere. And trust me, it's huge. 1 million subscribers. Woo!